Welcome back, Constant Reader. This time I'm reviewing the Carroll County Courthouse Tragedy, a true account of the 1912 gun battle that shocked the nation, its cause and the aftermath, by Ronald W. Hall. This book is 272 pages. In the small town of Hillsville, Virginia, in Carroll County, on March the 14th, 1912, in the little courthouse, shots rang out. And when the smoke cleared, 5 people were dead or dying, and 13 others injured. The trial of Floyd Allen was happening that fateful day. The story begins a couple years earlier when, at a corn shucking, tradition was, as the young men shook the corn, the man who got the red ear with the red kernels got to kiss the girl of his choice. As fate would have it, one of Floyd Allen's nephews got the red ear and kissed the girl, angering her boyfriend. So at church service, the boy calls out Floyd's nephew out of church, and a fight ensues. Warrants were issued for the 2 Edwards brothers, the nephews of Floyd Allen. The Edwards brothers flee to North Carolina, a few miles south of the mountains of Carroll County. The Edwards boys asked their uncle Floyd to go into the town of Hillsville and to work out an agreement with the law, but Floyd was sick and told the boys as soon as he was well, he would go. Floyd and all the Allen clan had a bit of political pull in the county because of being former lawmen and holding political office in Carroll County. While the boys were away in North Carolina, Floyd went and made arrangements to turn the boys in. In the meantime, a couple of deputies took it up on themselves to have the North Carolina police arrest the Edwards boys and deliver them to them on the North Carolina-Virginia state line. The deputies tied the Edwards boys to a wagon and drove them back to Hillsville, intentionally passing Floyd Allen's house. Floyd stopped the wagon, and him and his brother Sidney demanded the release of the Edwards boys because of not having the correct papers to arrest them. Floyd and Sidney are charged for this act, and during their court date is when the shootout occurred. Floyd and his brothers had been longtime political enemies of the sheriff Lew Webb and the clerk court Dexter Goad, and tension was high on the day of Floyd's trial. Floyd was found guilty and sentenced to 1 year in prison. Upon the verdict, Floyd said, "I ain't a-going." And at that moment, Sheriff Lew Webb and Dexter winked at each other, and Dexter Goad shot Floyd in the hip. And this started an exchange of gunfire in the little courtroom. Of 57 shots fired in 90 seconds, and then progressed to the street in front of the courthouse. Floyd was shot in the knee and unable to travel, and was taken into custody. The rest of the Allen clan head for the mountain of Carroll to hide. The governor of Virginia hired the Baldwin Felts Detective Agency to track the Allens down. The Baldwin Felts Detective Agency were mercenaries to enforce whatever law paid them. And as the months went by, the county was divided by the conflict. As the Allens escaped the clutches of the law and the Baldwin Felts Detective Agency, making world news as the biggest story, only to be outdone by the sinking of the Titanic. This book goes into great detail of the history of the Allens and the cause of the shootout itself, and the evasion and capture and trial of the Allens and their eventual fate. This is in my area, and I grew up knowing this story and the descendants of the people involved. If you've never heard of this case and can't get this book, research it on the internet. A fascinating story of mountain clans and vengeance that rivals the Hatfield and McCoy feud. I rate this book a 5 out of 5. You won't be disappointed in this book. Thanks to all my viewers and subscribers. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, comment, and hit the like button. And in the near future, I plan on doing a video featuring the home of Sidney Allen, the finest house in the area of the time, and the courthouse where the bullet holes are still there to this day. So watch for that video in the future. And until next time, keep reading.